Adibabu, CEO Finance, and Dheeraj Sood, Head Investor Relations, join us from Gurgaon. Gentlemen, great having you with us on Profit. Mr. Babu, the first question to you. Losses continue at the net level. The obvious question is, by when can we expect the operating performance to improve?
The factor which is hurting the performance is the teething problems in the plants related to fuel supply. The gas plant is not having enough gas, and the coal plants are not having enough coal. We are making all out efforts with the government to get the allocation issues resolved, and also to get required fuels from the market. The performance in the current quarter, that is Q2, was less than 50% across, basically due to the fuel supply related problems. We are hopeful of resolving many of these fuel supply related problems, and we are confident of bringing the plants to say 70 to 75% level by Q3 end. Thereafter, going forward from Q4 onwards, we are hopeful of operating the plants at 85% plus. Once the plants start operating at 85% plus, definitely the bottom lines will going to be good. Since in the Q2 the operations were not at that level due to fuel problems, there were losses. But we are quite confident of coming out of these losses and going forward positively.
Mr. Babu, a follow-up question for you. Utilization levels, if you look at Anpara, Kondapalli, Udupi, which form about 60-70% of your operating capacity, have continuously come off in the last couple of quarters. Again, any particular reason for this, and when can we see this reversing?
No, it is not actually a fall. If you see Udupi earlier it was operating only 600 megawatt. Last quarter it operated 1200 megawatt. From say middle of August it started, the second unit also started operating. So if you see overall at the plant level, the performance may be slightly below compared to the previous quarter. But otherwise the plant was available at 95% level. And going forward, Udupi plant will be operating above 90%. There are no operational issues. All the issues are more or less addressed. The plant should perform very well going forward. And coming to Anpara, there are fuel related issues, there are infrastructure related issues which we are addressing, and we are hopeful of addressing all these things by Q3. In Q4, we are hopeful of operating the Anpara plant above 80% level, and maybe next year above 90% level. Coming to Kondapalli, the gas is a big concern. We are hopeful that government will give some relief for the gas requirements. Once the additional gas is made available, I think the second unit, which is operating around 26-27% level, should operate better. Overall, I think the performance going forward, the operating performance of all these plants should be better in Q3 and should be much better in Q4.
Dheeraj, I have a question for you. Can you talk about the divestment for non-core assets? We've been hearing about it for a very long time. Obviously, nothing has transpired till now. Are valuation issues hurting it?
Yes, we do have some fundraising plans as of now. We are looking to raise about $600 to $750 million in private equity, which will be done at the power holding company level. At the same time, we're also looking to monetize some of our non-core assets, like a roads portfolio and our wind portfolio. In our roads portfolio, we have 3 projects, 2 in Karnataka and 1 in Uttar Pradesh. 1 project in Karnataka is operational as of now. At the same time, we're also looking for a strategic partner in our solar vertical as well. Obviously, because of some unresolved issues over the past 15 to 18 months in the sector, there is some investor apathy towards investing in the sector. But after the government has taken some reforms, particularly related to the SCB's restructuring, we are hopeful that the investor interest in the sector revives soon.
Mr. Babu, can you talk about Griffin Coal? I believe you plan to divest some stake there as well. By when can we see this process getting concluded?
There is a proposal to bring a strategic partner or a operating partner in the Griffin Coal. Before that, the pending litigation need to be get resolved, and we are hopeful of getting this pending litigation resolved by middle of next year. Parallelly, we are talking to these investors, and maybe by end of next year, I think we are hopeful of bringing an investor into the project.
Mr. Babu, just one final question before I let you go. Well, most experts believe that the company is headed the CDR way because of the massive debt that you have. Can you give us a perspective? What's the update on restructuring of the high debt that you have on your books?
There is no need to go for a CDR like. If you see, the overall debt is around 33,000 crores. In that, 50% is to the operating plants and 50% is to the plants which are under execution. The plants which are now under operation just started those operations, and all of these plants will be making good cash flows going forward, maybe from Q4 onwards. There should not be any reason to go for any debt restructuring in respect of these plants once they are able to service their debt comfortably. And for the plants which are under execution, the servicing of the debt is part of the project cost. Therefore, there should not be any issue related to that as well. We are hopeful of improving our liquidity once the receivables from the discoms start realizing. Overall liquidity position of the group should improve. In addition to that, we are also planning to raise equity through PE sources and also divestment of non-core assets and some core assets. In all, I think there should be. We are hopeful of bringing in another 6,000 crores into the system, which will improve the liquidity position of the group substantially. And going forward, the plants which are under execution should not have any issues related to the equity infusion.
All right, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. All the very best. That's the management of Lanco talking about outlook ahead.
India's #1 news app just got even better. Download NDTV's new app. Fully optimized for retina display. Full screen view. Faster response time. And Sudoku. NDTV's new iPad app. Download now.